What's up, roofing contractors and other home service contractor type people? This is Michael Mignogna, and in this video, I want to talk about the power of being persistent. Now, don't go anywhere, because I know this is obvious. If you're persistent, you're going to sell more. But the problem is that oftentimes people that are trying to sell things equate being persistent with being annoying. But there is an amazing mindset shift that I'm going to share with you in this video that can get you out of this feeling that you're being the annoying sales guy and into a mindset that is a total game changer. So one of the problems is that when you start getting lots of leads, if you have a great system in place to generate lots of high quality exclusive leads, it doesn't mean that every single one of them is easy to sell. In fact, they're not easy to sell. It takes skill because sales is hard, and there's just no shortcut to that. You have to be persistent, you have to sound helpful, you have to be friendly, and a lot of that is mindset. So when you start getting lots of leads, what ends up happening is some of the people you call pick up immediately and are really excited to talk to you, and that's great. Those are easier to sell to and easier to schedule appointments with. Some take a couple phone calls before they pick up, and some don't pick up in what seems like forever, but they usually do if you're persistent. So let's talk about just the mechanics of being persistent, but also how you can become persistent and not let yourself get in the way, and not let that inner voice start telling you, oh, don't call them again, you're going to bother them, or don't text them again, it's annoying. So let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, when you get a lead, the first thing you should do, if you can, within the first 5 to 10 minutes, is call them. You should do it as quickly as possible. If you get a lead and you can call them literally that second, call them. And there are many reasons for that I'll go into on other videos, and that I have gone into already on other videos. But calling quickly is always better than waiting, even if it's an exclusive lead. Because the bottom line is, if they're able to fill out a bunch of information and send it in, then they also might be free to talk on the phone. So people that contact a lead within the first 5 minutes have a much higher closing rate. There's data to prove this. If they don't pick up though, you should send a text message. And the text message should be short and sweet. Hey, this is so-and-so with yada yada company. I'd love to talk to you about your whatever project. What's the best time to talk? Open-ended question. Simple text message. What if they don't answer any of those? When do you call back? And how do you do it without feeling like you're bothering them? Well, you do it every day, every other day. It doesn't really matter, as long as you are consistent and persistent. But how do you do it without feeling like you're annoying them? And here's the answer. Think about what you do for a living. Think about your work ethic. Think about the product that you install or sell. Think about the roof that you put on people's houses. And if you are truly proud of what you do, if you truly do good work and you know it, and you have integrity, and if you do that work at prices that are fair, I don't mean the lowest prices, and I don't necessarily mean you can't charge the highest prices, because frankly, a lot of people undercharge. But if you know it's fair for what the person is getting, and you know it's a great product, you also know that there are many people out there who are in your industry who do really bad work and who don't charge fair prices. And so therefore the homeowner who hires that person is getting a much less value than they're getting with you. If you know that to be a fact, and you are secure in that feeling, then persistently following up with them is not annoying. It's a good deed. You are doing them a favor by getting them to want to hire you instead of someone else. And that's the truth. If they end up hiring someone that gives them a roof that doesn't protect their house, and they also pay a lot of money for it, or even if they don't pay a lot of money for it, but they're having dinner 3 weeks after the roof's installed and water's leaking on their table, that person, their life is affected negatively by virtue of who they chose to hire. And so if you know that those guys are out there, and they are in every industry, contracting, marketing, medicine, then it is not your duty, because I don't, that's a little bit too much, but it's in your interest, your own rational self-interest, to persistently reach out to someone until you can get them on the phone. And then when you do get them on the phone, if your energy is that of true help, like you're talking to a family member who you truly care about, or a friend you truly care about, and you're from the bottom of your heart telling them and talking to them and asking them questions and really helping, that energy is going to come off on the phone and in person when you finally meet them. And the same is true for, what happens a lot is you'll meet someone at their house, you'll do a presentation or whatever, and then you'll give them the proposal. Either you'll email it to them, or even better, you'll call them and go over it, or you'll deliver it in person and go over it with them. And then you don't hear from them. They just disappear. So you want to check in to see if they're ready to move forward and accept your proposal to do their project. But like, how often do you say, "Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?" Well, it feels like you're being annoying, right? But you're not. Or let me rephrase, it might be annoying to that homeowner, but you have to remember that some things that are annoying to others, they're annoyed not because it's not in their best interest, but because it truly might be, and they just don't want to address it at the moment for whatever reason. I mean, if you are a parent and you're telling your child to go to the doctor to get a physical, and they're just like, "I don't feel like it, stop annoying me," but you call them persistently and remind them to do that, then yeah, it's annoying to the kid, but it's in their interest to do it. And so it's kind of the same thing. So you really do want to remember that you're doing people a service, a good deed. And if you can convince them to talk to you, and if you can convince them to let you help them, their life will be better than if they choose to continue ignoring you and go with the other guy. And that's a really great way to get in the right mindset, because at the end of the day, even if they do pick up the phone and say, "Stop calling me, you're making me nuts, I'm blocking your number, you are the most annoying person on earth," even if they say that to you, you can then, it's obviously, rejection like that is not a comfortable thing, but it's not nearly as bad, because you know in your heart that you truly are just trying to help them. And you can feel secure in that. And that's a game changer, because sales is hard. Being persistent and dealing with rejection all the time is really tough. But if you just remember why you're doing this, and it's to help people, and it's to get paid according to the level of help you provide, and you provide a lot of help, then it's a lot easier. So that's a really amazing way to get into the right mindset. I want to share with you a story. The reason I'm doing this video is because I was reminded, and I'm often reminded because my clients send me really awesome text messages that kind of update me about their success and stuff. But I got a text message just a couple days ago from a client of mine named Mark. And he was just like, "Closed another deal. by being super persistent. We had talked about that when I brought him on as a client. I talked about how important it is to be persistent, and I got him in the right mindset. I said this kind of stuff on the phone, and I really think it resonated with him. I think, from day one, he's just been in the zone with regard to how to be persistent and not be your own worst enemy. And he sent me a text saying, I closed another deal. I was persistent, just followed up. And I don't think he would have done that had he not been in the right mindset. So I hope this video gets you into the right mindset when you're selling, because when you have a system in place where lots of leads are coming in, there's nothing more frustrating than feeling like you're getting lots of leads but not closing any deals. It's very self-defeating. You feel worthless, and that's a really easy thing to feel. The antidote is to remember that you do good work and that you're helping people. And so everyone, even if they never pick up the phone, 5 months later, continue calling them and texting them. And in future videos, I will, or maybe as a follow-up video, I will create maybe a training on what types of messages to send people via text, what types of emails to send, how to leave a good voicemail if they don't pick up, and even some tricks in that regard. So look out for those videos. Subscribe to my channel if this is on YouTube and you're watching it. Like the page if it's on Facebook. Follow me, subscribe, ring the bell, make a sandwich, hang out with your kids, whatever, do it all. That's it, guys. And again, I'm whispering right now because my whole my whole house is sleeping, and it's kind of early in the morning. So I hope you found this helpful. See you later.